book bears out Oliver Stone's contention in JFK, which I think you've seen, that the mafia, plus the CIA, plus a few other people, did kill Jack Kennedy, did kill Bobby Kennedy, and did kill Marilyn Monroe and various other people as well.
Absolutely. What we've done is really try to put the pieces of all of these different events together and start to at least see an indication of a thread or a linkage between all these events. You start to see the same players come into play at each one of these activities. And for example, with the JFK assassination, that was a particular time where the CIA used the mob as kind of a junior partner, like they had done many times around the world. And I think that's important to note, that most of us found out that the CIA used the mob to attempt the assassination of Fidel Castro. However, they had really been using the mob all around the world, in Guatemala, in Cuba, in Indonesia, in Iran, to help solidify their positions. And as a result, this was one more time where they called on the mob to help out on a plot that was designed by the CIA. So we do concur with that.
And why did they kill Marilyn Monroe?
Sadly, Marilyn Monroe was a woman who knew too much. She was caught between forces much bigger than she. She knew about the outfit, the Chicago mob, and organized crime. She got started in Hollywood when organized crime was still very much involved there. She was aware of those relationships. She obviously had a relationship with Jack Kennedy. She was currently having a relationship with Bobby Kennedy. So she posed a threat that if she said anything, it would be very damaging. She also knew about the relationship between the CIA and Sam Giancana.
And she was drinking and she was drugging because she was very unhappy.
She was very unhappy with that relationship, threatened to blow the whistle, and as a result, the CIA put a contract on her life.
And how did they do it?
Sam Giancana sent his assassins to Los Angeles to murder Marilyn Monroe. They selected and used a doctored Nembutal suppository. It was doctored with chloral hydrates and barbiturates. It was done by the same chemist who helped prepare concoctions for the Fidel Castro assassination. And they inserted the suppository shortly after Bobby Kennedy had left earlier that day. So she was already kind of in a sedated state. After they inserted the suppository, it rendered her impossible of being survived. It would go directly into her bloodstream, and she wound up being murdered.
And it left no trace.
That's right. Although the autopsy report did note that there was some discoloration in her colon, but obviously if she had ingested pills, there was other side effects associated with that, which does not coincide with her actual circumstances.
Yes, you say that they also recorded, the mob recorded the conversation between herself and Bobby Kennedy that same evening when he was there with another man, presumably a doctor, because she made the mistake of falling in love with Bobby Kennedy. That's right. the main gist of the thing. And when it started to get too hot, Bobby wanted to declutch from the whole situation and get rid. So the other man was a doctor, presumably, and you say that the mob recorded Bobby saying when she blew her top and started to yell at him, you better give her something to sedate her, put her out. Now, what happened to those recordings? Did you ever find out? Did anybody know what happened?
Well, I think, we'd all love to have those recordings. It seemed that everybody in America was somehow keeping an eye on Marilyn Monroe, figuring that they would find the Kennedys there, they would find the mob there. The CIA was bugging her, the FBI was bugging her, the mob was bugging her. Even there was indications that even the Kennedys were keeping an eye on what she was up to. Unfortunately, none of that's turned up. Whether it's someplace hidden or whether they've been destroyed, no one knows. But there's been a lot of evidence, or a lot of people coming forth that does indicate that many people were indeed watching her.
They were brutal, vicious people.
Absolutely, and I think
by your uncle.
Absolutely, and that's one of the important things, is that we see movies and sometimes it can be very glorified and look incredible. But the fact is that these were brutal people. They destroyed people's lives. They took sons away and husbands away, and destroyed, countless generations. And as a result, we felt it important to at least depict realistically what this world was all about, because it was something that no one should be a part of, and we've all paid the price.